Hello friends, we are going to practice using different sizes of brushes. I'm painting with tempera cakes, but you can really use any paint. So you'll start with a circle and any size brush you've got. I'm starting with a thin round brush. And you're just going to make one circle and then make another outside of it. And we're going to keep going around and around, basically filling up the paper. And I'm only using warm colors here, but you can use any of them for this. You do not have to go in rainbow order or anything like that. And I'm practicing making thin lines and thick lines with just one brush. So if you use just the tip of the brush, you'll get a thin line. And if you press the bristles down, you'll get a thicker line. And you'll notice that when the paint is hard to spread, you need a little bit more water. And you can go right next to the color that you're painting next to, or you can go out a little further so that there is white space in between, and then come back and fill that white space in a little later once those colors have dried. So there is no, making a mistake in this because it really is just practice. Whenever we do this project, nobody starts over. We just go with it. This is really just an exercise. At the end of this circle painting, you'll see where I do just straight lines. I'm switching to a flat brush now, and we get a nice wide line. You can go round and round. And then you can turn it to the side to make a thinner line. And those are things that you can see a little more clearly in the straight lines little bit at the end of this video. And it takes a little more paint and a little more water when you've got more bristles on the brush, which makes sense when you think about it. So back to a thinner brush. And then I'm going in and filling in those white spaces. Some of my friends were a little frustrated when the colors would bleed together. So this was a good thing for them to do. But then some of my friends wanted that bleed to happen. So they did not do the spaces and then coming back to that white space at all. We really tried to fill in all of the space though. And learning how to manipulate a line, making it thin or thick based on how much pressure you're putting on the brush is something that's used in calligraphy, which is, fancy writing. If you've ever seen, that's kind of everywhere with signs and t-shirts and just all over. And we're just kind of filling it all in. Notice that things have sped up just a bit. And then when you get to the edge, you can keep on going to where it looks like it goes right off the page, or you can stop there. Here I'm using a bigger brush, a nice big, I think it's a 1-inch flat brush. These square bristled brushes are usually referred to as flat. This is another flat one, just a little smaller. So you can get a nice thin line with that or thick. And then this is just a round pointy brush, thick line. By pressing the brush down and then with just the tip of the bristles gliding across the paper, you get a nice thin line. You want to make sure you've got enough water on the brush when you're going for that nice thin line. So no matter what size brush you've got, you can almost always get 2 sizes with it at least. So practice and have fun.